Okay, guys, so this is my roundup of match day 32. Let's look at sort of the fixtures we've got this weekend. So we start with the first game, and the first game is Fulham against Man City. That's a 12:30 kickoff. Well, as you can see here, Fulham pretty much relegated. They've kind of lost their last 6 games in the Premier League, and obviously Man City are on this unprecedented run for the quadruple. So it's kind of only one way. It could be a shock result, but it'd probably be the biggest shock of the season. But it's probably only one way this is going. Expect Man City to win, and then obviously they've got another game in the league, and then they're looking at the FA Cup and Champions League. So busy week for them. So maybe Man City might put a weakened team, but that's pretty much their only hope. Then we've got Leicester against Bournemouth. Leicester with Rodgers, they've kind of got 2 wins on the bounce. So they'll be kind of looking to impress at home. Obviously, they're still trying to chase for that 7th spot. So that could be interesting for them. And obviously, Bournemouth as well. Had a bit of a blip, inconsistent season. Got their first away win against Huddersfield. But, Leicester's a complete difference. But I think it'll be a good game. But probably go for Leicester on that one, as you can see, just underneath them. And then the next game, Burnley against Wolves. Oh, again, another interesting game. Burnley have been really, they had the Europa League hangover, but they've been really good in recent weeks. Well, not recent weeks, so turn at the start of the year, I think they were like 10 games unbeaten. Beat Tottenham at home, and then since then they've lost 4 on the bounce, and they've got some big games coming up against like Chelsea, Man U, I think. So um, really need to pull this one out of the bag. It's a vital home win for them, or they're going to get sucked into it. And obviously, Wolves have been on this great run, haven't been so good away from home, and haven't really been good against the big boys. So it'll be an interesting one. But I'd probably go for a Burnley win here, just because they need it more. But I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up in a draw. Next game, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace kind of getting sucked into that relegation battle, getting a bit inconsistent from them. They need to pick a win, and obviously they've got great opposition to do it again against Huddersfield. The only issue here is Huddersfield are kind of playing quite freely. They know they're already down, haven't got much to lose, and they scored 3 against West Ham last time, so they were very unlucky. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a shock result here. Um, Crystal Palace are not really good at home, so this could be an interesting match, and probably I might even say Huddersfield to win. Then we've got Man U. Man U just appointed Solskjaer full time, and now they've got Watford next match. Obviously, they've had a little blip, went out of the FA Cup. But I wouldn't say shock because Wolves are quite good, and then been good this season. But obviously, a bit of a shock, and then obviously lost to Arsenal, and then Arsenal gained on them. They really need to kind of get 3 points on the board here. Watford have been doing quite good recently, but as you can see, their record against top teams, this Liverpool 5-0, lost to Man City 3-1. Although the Man City game was a bit harsh, one of Sterling's goals, but they're not really good against the top sides, and so I would expect Man U to pick up 3 points here. Key clash basically now at the bottom of the table, so we just go back to the Premier League quickly. You can see Brighton and Southampton. Brighton have got 1 game in hand over Southampton, who've got game in hand over Burnley, but 3 points. But this is a big game for Brighton. If Brighton win, they can pretty much just concentrate on the FA Cup. Man City have got 2 games before them, so they might, and they've got Tottenham after in the Champions League, so they might put a weakened team out. So if Brighton can kind of get 3 points against Southampton, they can kind of just fully concentrate on that game, knowing they're practically safe. Maybe just another win, but they've got plenty of time to do it. Southampton they need to pick something at the back. They've been quite poor away from home. They lost to Cardiff at home, but at home is where they seem to be picking up the points. So it'll be an interesting game. Probably go for a draw here. West Ham against Everton. I think battle of two inconsistent teams. West Ham definitely inconsistent. Look, you can see right here: home, lose, win, lose, win. So the home form is quite strong, and Everton's, they've just been inconsistent. I don't know. They used to be quite good at home, but they would have beat Chelsea in the last match. So I don't know. An interesting game. I could probably see a draw here. But two teams, well, West Ham are trying to kick on, so it's really kind of whoever loses this game is kind of season's done really, because obviously everyone's trying to get that 7th spot. So whoever loses this game is season done. Then the big one at the bottom, Cardiff, they need to get home wins. They're right there at the bottom, so they need to get home wins. And obviously they've got a tough game against Chelsea. Chelsea lost last game, and they're obviously still fighting for the Champions League, so they'll kind of be up for this game. It will be interesting. It's on Sunday, Sky Sports match, but I think just Chelsea's quality will just overall come through, and they'll just overpower Cardiff. Then we've got the big game on Sunday, massive game for Liverpool. You know, after just before the international break, picked up a little bit of momentum with Bayern Munich and Fulham. Well, probably didn't want the international break to come, but now they've got Tottenham at home, Liverpool at home. With I think haven't lost since 2016, been like some unprecedented run at home. I don't think we've lost to Tottenham at home in like 24 matches. We've only lost once this season, but sometimes everything has to come to an end. Tottenham not really playing well. They went to Burnley, Chelsea, Southampton lost the last 3 Premier League games, so this could be 4. And if they do lose this, considering who Arsenal and Man U have got, they would potentially, drop out of the top 4. Well, no, probably not, because of the goal difference with Man U is not that great. So unless Liverpool give them a good beating and Man U give Watford a good beating, but they could potentially drop out of the top 4 this weekend, and that they were literally on the verge of challenging for the league a few weeks ago. That just shows a lot. Oh, it's an interesting game. I'm gonna have to go for Liverpool, but a draw wouldn't surprise me. So I'll go for Liverpool. And then on Monday, you kind of got Arsenal to Newcastle. In Arsenal, depending on the results from the weekend, they play last, so they'll pretty much know if Tottenham lose, that's added incentive. If Man U win, they need to keep winning. If Chelsea win, they need to keep winning. So they'll play on Monday, so they'll kind of know what they've got to do. Well, they need to win anyway, but they'll know what position they could be stronger in come Monday. So I think that'll give them in a good position for home win. Newcastle, they've had some good runs. Only lost 1 in their last 6, and quite good at home, but away from home, drew with Wolves, lost to West Ham that last minute against Bournemouth last weekend. Basically, they're basically safe now. I think Newcastle maybe just need a point or maybe another fixture. So I don't know where their motivation will be at, but I will go for Arsenal. So thanks, guys. And that's the match day 32. And yeah, Premier League football is back. Missed it, so